It's a short stream. It's a 3 hour stream, but it's very necessary because I want to keep progressing on the game, but it's TI's week. And tomorrow I'm going to be streaming a little more. But let's see how that goes today. It's earlier today than it was yesterday, so we're good. Drink water, let's start with that. What do I have to do? Aegis Plaza, Spark, back Nerva in the shelter. Oh yeah.
Maybe I should bring this back to Minerva first.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. What are you thinking?
Mistress, I found Tanrius and his wife's latest research. They discovered that if the Nexus isn't repaired, it will shatter the next time the ritual is held.
Are you sure?
Take a look. It says the spark is the only way to repair the Nexus. That appears to be the reason they ended up missing. I still haven't been able to locate them.
Did you find anything else? Letters? Research? Last words?
That's all. But I did secure the spark that Tanrius was looking for. Look!
Incredible! I didn't know starite as pure as this existed in the world.
In the deepest part of the Glittering Deeps is a colossal creature known as the Titan. The spark can be found on its body. This Titan is also the source of the mine anomaly, so now that it's been sealed away, the mine is safe.
Well done. Not only have you resolved the mine anomaly, you also brought back the key to repairing the Nexus. However, regarding Tanrius's whereabouts...
After entering the Deeps, they were attacked by Rocklings. I doubt they'll be coming back.
That's really sad to hear. I'll persuade Marissa to accept the fact.
I hope she can.
Does Abalone know?
Things are difficult for her. I'll tell her later.
Oh yeah, I need to talk to Abaddon. Let me talk to Abaddon now, yeah. This super smoking hot girl. Let's go there. Wind. Oh, Fallen Trail. Let's talk to Abalone.
I've solved the issue, Avalon.
Which issue? The outsider thieves? The cultists? The war axe? Or that damned voice?
I didn't need to do anything about the outsiders. They turned on each other in the mine.
Serves them right. What about the voice? Did you take care of it?
For now. I
Okay.
also learned the origin of the voice.
Nope, don't tell me the details. I don't want to know about what monsters are in there. Anyway, it's good that you took care of it. I underestimated you. Or maybe the Ephesian soldiers are just weak.
There's still something else I need to tell you. The miners that were controlled are still delirious.
Then the issue ain't solved. You need to think of something.
Who could have a solution? Do you think the Physicoi in the Glittering Depths might know something?
Quit yapping. If you have a lead, then follow it.
Okay. Time to go back. By the way, I think I have one of the fathers. Maybe this house. Yeah, no. Now let's go to the Glittering Depths. Deeps. Talk to the Physicoi.
What is it, child?
No. Maybe the other Physicoi. No. Like this other. Hello. Yeah, no. So let's go at once to the other place. Wait, what's Argis Plaza? Where in the Argis Plaza? I don't know. Laura Mansion, okay, cool. Now what? Am I in the Laura Mansion or not? I think this is the Laura Mansion. Yeah, I think this is the Laura Mansion. Oh, this is new, isn't it? Maybe. Elemental harmonization solvent inventory. Caledonian bore oil sac extract sufficient. I think I've been here. I'm not sure though. Yeah, I've been here. I have been here. But that's definitely dimensional. I just have to find... Oh. Alright, I entered through here, remember? I explored this all. I don't know where to go now. Meet Aristarchus in Argus Plaza. So, where would Argus Plaza be? Let's see if I can find this here. Where in the Argus Plaza? Argus Plaza is huge. This place is enormous. Where am I supposed to go? Argus Plaza. Argus Plaza is really big. I mean, seriously, this place is huge. What do you mean meeting outer streets? It's Argus Bazaar. I've been here a million times. hold on. I think one cat just pooped. Let me go clean the poop. Of course. That's what cats do. Just a second. Okay, my mother is already cleaning it. Sorry. Let me be back. I don't know where Argus Plaza is or how to get to it. I really don't know.
Why didn't he turn into stardust?
I still have no idea where to go. This place is just enormous. Seriously, what the fuck? Where? It's definitely not clear. Is it there? Because this place was closed all the time. And it's still closed. No. All of this is called Argus Bazaar. But where would the Argus Plaza be? Seriously. It's not here. Girl? Some harpy attempting to lure me out? Sounds stupid enough to fall for that. Rory for a name is here, I'd like to talk to you, but I haven't agreed to talk to you yet. Instead, a new plant whose fruit is similar properties running close to the family called the curse. Not listen at all. I just said sounds great. You feel the same, but the fruit is extremely hard. I can only grind out a little bit of pulp of my steroid decomposer. Steroid decomposer, you're a smith? Yes, I taught in Fallen Academy for centuries, but took the chance to escape when the century was defeated. Oh, did you eat the Pope? I did my best, but could only make enough for me to eat. And the fruits change colors after 7 days. Touching them made my hands hurt, and the pulp I ground out was inedible. If only there was a way to preserve this fruit. No kidding, it sounds amazing. But I can barely feed myself now. Please don't tell anyone else. I don't want the cultists to target me. I haven't told anyone. By the way, my name is Wonder. Your voice sounds familiar. If you're familiar outside of that Legion mention, I probably saw you in the armory. Take this. It's a branch from the plant. It might come useful. Take it in exchange for your discretion. It's called a day. Good luck, young warrior. I got crystallized gold olive branch. What the fuck is that? Is it a trinket? It is a trinket. Increase the chance of enemies dropping rare items. No. Very good. Got another trinket. Cool. It here? Probably not. Yeah, that's the Fallen Trail. God. How lost I am. Check the correct location in the shelter. 22 minutes, I'm already lost.
Please speak.
Talk about the possibility of the Nexus shattering.
You seem surprised to hear that the Nexus might shatter. How serious will it be if it does?
The Nexus is a symbol of the spirit of Aphis. It's also the source of our magic. You could say that all of Aphis's glorious achievements are founded on the research and application of the Nexus. Without it, there'd have been no progress. Our lives could have turned out even more primitive and barbaric than those in Anbari. To lift the curse, we must run the risk of shattering the Nexus. But if the curse isn't lifted, then Aphis is doomed. But please, keep this between us. If the other factions knew, they would never allow it. So, I must carefully consider the consequences.
Tanrius did leave us a way to repair the Nexus. Is something else worrying you?
I just hope everything goes smoothly.
Let's go about the free thinkers physical.
There's something else. Have you heard of Petrius's Freethinker scholars?
Yes, but there are only a handful of them. I thought they might even be just a legend.
Well, I came across them in the deeps. One of them told me that Tanrius was their founder.
What? You mean they actually exist?
Yes, and they're unwilling to do anything that would harm life. They're directly opposed to Petrius's approach to research.
That goes along with what I'd heard. It's remarkable. How did he manage to persuade them?
What?
Hilda, I'm very interested in the knowledge that the scholars possess. I'd really like to talk to them. Perhaps I could send Bion to meet with them, if they're willing.
Sounds good. Is there anything I can do?
If you have time, you could ask if they'd be willing to meet. Outside the shelter, naturally.
So, just meet with you.
Yes.
There's one more thing. Minerva, I saw Father.
I see. Are you all right?
Aren't you worried I might go after him?
I am. But you chose to come back and tell me. That shows me you're not planning to betray our agreement. And for that, I am grateful.
As my commander, he ordered me back to Anbari. He says a soldier shouldn't be doing what I'm doing. I don't know what I should do. I want to stay here, of course. But if I stay too long, I'd be disobeying an order. If I wait until this is over, I could be severely punished.
You've had plenty of opportunities to return, and I haven't stopped you. So, why are you still here?
Because if I leave Aphis like this, I know I'll regret it.
And why not be a hero? Not everyone has the chance to stand on such a glorious stage. However, I understand that you're struggling. There are times when I question myself, too. We all face choices. The important thing is that we don't have any regrets.
Thank you.
Please speak.
Just a second. I have to go to the physical now. But first...
Argus Plaza. Don't be too surprised. To obtain the Archon of Legion's relic, you must challenge the Archon's
I have to
elite
go in
warriors
by a
with
small
me.
road. It leads directly to the
Yes.
mesh.
This we will do
Path behind
together.
the lower craft that leads to the August Plaza.
Among the Aristoi, the reputation of Marble,
Okay,
the
so
Archon
it's
of Legion
through,
has hit rock
through
bottom.
Laura Plaza. But not now. Now I
Time
have
is
to
of
go
the
to the
essence.
physical.
What do you want to ask?
Special steroid? Oh no, yeah, it's the shit that it sells. Okay. Helping? Not really, no.
The mine
not
still
now.
holds many secrets.
Something you wish to tell me, child?
Yes. Like I said, I am here on behalf of Mistress Minerva to search for Tanrius. But after meeting you, I think the Freethinkers could be extremely important to the future of Aphis. I'd like to ask for your help on the Mistress's behalf.
You mean Minerva of House Laurel? I've heard much about her from Tanrius. He said she's a very dedicated leader.
She is. She's also extremely interested in your research and would like to meet with you.
I'd never considered working with any leaders. To be honest, I don't really trust anyone of high rank. There's an air about them that doesn't sit well with me.
I believe Mistress Minerva is different.
That's your opinion. Mine could very well differ. How about this? If you and I continue to develop a closer relationship, I'll consider trusting your judgment on this matter. Before that, I just want to carry on with my current research.
What is it, child? What about the other one?
What is it, child?
I'll talk against Minerva, then I'll go to Lower Craft again, because there's a path leading to it behind the Lower Craft to the August Plaza, and I have to find this path, basically. Sorry. What? The lion is here?
By the winds! Starlight! What are you doing here? Did you follow my scent? That's amazing. Oh, you're such a good boy. You came all the way to the shelter? You must be hungry. I knew you were hungry. Alright. I still have a mission to do, but I'll come back to see you often.
So that's the back room, right? I didn't see him at all all this time. What about this place here? Right, right. Nope. Oh, here's Quintus. So I just came to the wrong direction and saw this the lion by accident. So many passages.
Hilda?
Get once in. The steel rubbings from the deeps.
I brought back several rubbings from the deeps. Did you see them?
Yes, and good work. However, it looks like we're going to need someone who can translate them. Can those freethinkers physicoi from the deeps do it?
Probably not, but I know who will. The goblins.
You mean those outsider thieves? But how?
They're familiar with many languages, including ancient Ephesian. Let's have them try.
Apart from Tanrius, I can't think of anyone else who'd be able to translate. I don't know. I don't trust them. They are thieves, after all.
That may be, but they also owe me a favor, so I don't think they'll be able to refuse.
Well, I trust your judgment. I'll be waiting to hear from you.
Irenaeus. Alright, I'm reading Irenaeus' notes, everything we learned from Styx. Oh, by the way, I'm going to go to the camp in the crystallized deeps to get the boy that I always forgot the name, to talk to her, and then maybe the boy can go to meet with Styx to finish what I have there. I don't know. Everything learns from Styx. And but almost too much. That's why it's such a headache. Petrus had so much advanced knowledge, yet he never used it to save the city. Guess that's his revenge on us. At least Irenaeus is willing to tell you now. I don't thank him for that. He was never an honest person. I don't see him changing, so I must stay alert. I need to examine the documents to determine if he's told us everything or if there are still traps hidden in there. That sounds very tiring. You must be exhausted. Well, I always am. Starlight. Mistress, do you know that lion is Starlight? Yes, I saw his name tag when Bion brought it here. I was still doubtful when he mentioned it. Now Starlight has managed to find us out on his own. I know, right? Starlight is so friendly and smart. Do you like Starlight as well? Maybe, but someone needs to give me a good bath first. Alright, continue on our mission. If you've got nothing to do, we now have a lion to feed. Don't worry, I'll find Stardust to feed him. If we can remove the curse, we won't need to eat Stardust anymore. Alright. Here internet itself. Situations, districts. Deeps, August Plaza, sunken outskirts. Okay.
Time is of the essence.
No Bion.
I'm more and more impressed with you, Hilda. For 1,000 years, I followed orders and accompanied Tanrius and his wife into the deeps several times. But in the end, we were driven out by the monsters there. Your combat skills are good, but not good enough to clear out the deeps. How on earth did you do it?
It was my father.
He was also in the deeps. That means that Eumenides must be planning something. I had no idea the Northwind Legion's commander was such a remarkable man. I hope I can meet him someday.
If you want to meet my father when everything's over, I'll arrange it.
Ooh, now that I'm looking forward
Some
to.
beer? Some
I
barbecue?
serve Lady Minerva, the glory of the three. Very few.
I'd never been to a more vile and nauseating place. but Styx has made me reevaluate what I think.
It's impossible to deny that there's a darkness in Aphis.
Have you known that all along?
Yes, but wherever there is light, there is also darkness. With the right mindset, you'll be able to keep fighting for your goal. What do you want to know?
Sorry. Let me see if I have more shit to talk to him. Iranius, I never thought we'd bring Iranius back. People on the streets admire him, but the mistress clearly knows his true nature. In the past, there was nothing he wouldn't do to please Petrius. Dealing with him surely won't be easy. But he really looks furious and disappointed in Petrius. That look isn't something you can fake. I'm curious, can you see the guilt in his eyes? Only if he really believes he's done wrong. His anger towards Petrius is one thing, but reflecting on his own crimes is another. I'll keep an eye on him. Starlight. Bion, do you know how Starlight can end up in your shelter? Huh, I was just about to tell you. I saw him wandering around when I was on patrol. He was too conspicuous, so I brought him back. You know the rest. I saw Starlight in the academy, but didn't bring him back because I didn't want to cause Minerva any trouble. Never thought he'd follow me. Maybe remember your scent, or the scent of House Laura. He's amazing. I was really surprised when I saw his name tag and found out it was Starlight. But what shocked me more was that the mistress let him stay. Could it be because of the family connection? Family connection? Nothing. Since Starlight likes you so much, you can spend some time with him, but don't let it interfere with your missions. Yeah, I know, therefore Hilda knows that... Oh, a Podius dog tag,
I
yeah.
found a tag in Argus Bazaar.
That
Do you
Starlight was
recognize it?
Minerva's brother's
Off
lion.
a soldier. I've led many men, you know. I was a centurion before becoming an Aristoi guard. I had 100 soldiers under my command.
Do you remember this one?
Oh, Aporio. He was very short and had a nose so big that he couldn't wear a helmet. He always liked to repeat what I said. He wasn't very good with a sword, but very serious. A gentle kid, sometimes too gentle.
It looks like he fought for the Aristoi Quarter, on the front line at Argus Bazaar.
It really wasn't the best position for him. He wanted to join the adherents in the shelter with me, but he was reluctant to disobey orders, so he came to me seeking advice. I told him he should stick with the Legion if he couldn't make up his mind.
Do you think he regretted the decision?
Regret? No. A soldier must be decisive. If he made a decision, he shouldn't regret it. I feel sorry about what happened to Aporio, but if he felt regret, I'd feel more disappointed than sorry. It would be far worse than just joining the adherents in the first place.
Being a soldier, you know. Amphibian dog tags, another one. Hastar.
I found this dog tag in the Glittering Deeps.
Is this Hastar? Oh, he gave me a lot of hard times. He'd often say highly inappropriate things. I was always worried he might anger his superiors. He was actually pretty good with a weapon. That was never the problem. It's just that... Anyway, I had to resolve quite a few cases where he was bullied, but he didn't know what the problem was.
Sounds like someone who didn't quite fit in.
Army life is highly stressful and requires discipline. I once saw him singing with some street artists, so he obviously could fit in with some groups. If he hadn't joined the army, he'd surely be living a free and unique life. That's just my personal opinion, of course.
Okay.
The glory of the three.
Oh, Roxanne.
So, you're doing what the mistress has always wanted to do. The mistress has suffered so many grievances. Today, she will finally be vindicated.
Has she always wanted to explore the deeps?
Do you still not understand? If not on account of Marble's inaction and prohibition, why else would we endure the foul stench of the sewer?
Because the Archon sealed off the deeps.
Look, just remember that what you achieve in the deeps is critical to the adherent's success.
Alright. with the physical, but with the goblin. With the void Shay. It's with SH. One name with SH. I know that.
What do you want to ask?
Shay. Normalizing Aphis, translate inscriptions.
Oh, hey, you can read ancient Ephesian, right? Can you translate the rubbings on these inscriptions?
Let me see. Ah. Oh, wow. These are way beyond my understanding. I shouldn't even try. If I were to give you a wrong translation, it might ruin the wonderful impression you have of me.
Stop fooling around. Do you know anyone who can translate them then?
The old man could definitely do it. So help me think of a way to save him.
Yeah, sure. What the goblins? Personal matters? Yeah, it has to be this one.
Did you find the Physicoi and Styx?
Styx is full of monsters and
Alright. I just hate feeling so helpless.
Okay, let me go to Styx then.
Mine still holds many secrets.
Before I do that, so let's go back to fucking Styx. Once more, Jesus Christ. Dude. Yeah, I'm going to go from the beginning. Yeah, let's go from the beginning. Whatever. Look at this place. Fucking amazing. So this first room, it's a shame that I cannot really, because this looks to be the storeroom, really. See, I hear monsters here. But what the fuck? That's the storeroom on the first floor. But how do I go to it? There's just a set of stairs. I can't go down. It's not that I know of. Everything reset once again. Here I am again. I don't even care about killing everything again. It's just that I can't find this first floor. Like... the rest is a pit. Like a real pit. I died, of course. Yeah, that was a mistake, but okay. Shit happens. second, let me take a look here. Hmm. I pressed F and something happened? Oh. Styx stated, may the gods have mercy on them, and may the river Styx cleanse them of sins. This bridge leads to Styx, the prison of Avis. Built in the year 864 of the Age of Dreamers, the prison is named after the closest to the mortal realm of the four mythic rivers of the dead which separate men from the underworld. Legend tells that those who have committed grave sins are sent to the river Styx by the court magistrate, where they are smeared with sludge and pushed into a river. The sludge will be washed away if the person is good at heart, and they will be able to swim ashore and walk the path of redemption. For those of sinful nature, the sludge covering them becomes even heavier, and they are carried down the river to the abyss of the underworld, from which they will never return. Cool. I don't remember having read that. I don't remember that this was here. Like, every time that I come here, I like do this, and then I walk there. I never checked this. Which means that I must be missing more things. Look, there's a cave here, isn't there? Yeah, this is a cave. Oh, please tell me that I can... Yeah, apparently I can't go to it. There's the pass of Styx. Here. Let's see if I'm not missing anything. Apparently not. Not that I can tell. Wow, look at the height of the place. Is this the Fallen Trail? No, that's the back of the Fallen Academy, of course. I've been here, I think, just once. I left the Fallen Academy. And never again. Yeah. The game is full of secrets, but it's definitely not easy. Definitely not easy. Oh, look. See, there are secrets everywhere, all the time. Didn't see that. I'm seeing that. This is the first time that I came here. Not even the first time that I came here, of course. No. Yeah, well, apparently I cannot go there. Look where the thing is. It looks like a cave, definitely. Right? But I can't see anything in it. Since I just died here like a moron. I'll come back here and check everything again. Really? Guy doesn't get stunned. Super weird. Here to find some physical. But how am I supposed to find that? I have no idea. Corridors, nothing new. Nothing new and no corridors. If I drop here's death. How the fuck am I supposed to find physical here? And how the fuck am I supposed to find these first floor? Just can't. Looks like it's impossible. Die again? What the fuck? What damage was this? Level. There's no passage, there's no way. Like, it's the 10th time that I'm hearing sticks and there's nothing here, really. Okay, I'm going to try this statuette again. I also have to try to get to the place third floor. Here, I think Shay would help. Maybe Shay appears. Who fucking knows? Whoa. These are the physical areas. Can I interact with them in any manner?
Something's here.
Nothing that I have
Something's here.
affects. I have to try different shit. Nothing happens. Nothing does anything for it. Nothing that I have. Oh, that was the statue. Again and again and again, there's nothing here. Start you thinking different shit, like, can I jump there? Nah, I fall here and I die. There's nothing else, I think. This makes no sense. Do I jump? I don't think I should jump. Taking a lot of damage from these motherfuckers again. This looks like a passage. This looks like something could happen here. But also just looks like scenario. This once.
the phylactery's cradle. The slab looks relatively new, but the inlay is very old. Could it have been replaced?
Oh god. Tried everything in these fights as well. Can't find shit. Here you drop. There's no way to open that door. No secret passages here, apparently. No secret items. It's just my face of despair here, visiting this place once again. There's nothing here as well. I mean, I checked everything, everywhere. Can't find anything that is relevant to any of the mysteries of this place. Like the door that I can't surpass, or statues that there's like something that I don't have that. Wow, really frustrating. That's the warden's chambers. That's the place that Shay has to come and help me. Then there's nothing here that I can really... Oh. Ah, let me pass. Ouch. 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 Yeah, there I go. Alright. Told me I was like, I can't block those, parry those, but I should have. Okay, let me try the Argus Plaza at once. Then later, maybe and if I can bring the boy here, Faye, then I'll try to get there. Laura Craft. To Argus Plaza. It's in that direction, right? That's the entrance, you can see right here. So I have to enter 1, 2, to the right. Good work. So here, then to my right. No. No, no, no. Okay, the door is already open. Is that the plaza? I don't know. Oh, that's the plaza, right? It has to be this time. Ah, okay. Ideals and reality.
What is your plan, Sanctus?
We're going to bring the Stardust to the temple in the hovels.
Deduct from the Asterigos share without permission? You're very bold.
It's my duty to allocate these Stardust. Marble enforces martial law without a thought for the slaves and the poor. I have nothing to say to those Aristor.
So, I think you made a practical choice.
How can you say that? If you weren't my bodyguard, you might have been left to die as well.
You don't need to worry about me. I can take care of myself just fine. Plus, you can't save everyone. You're an Archon. Haven't you come to see the pragmatism in sacrificing others?
Pragmatism.
Your ideals are first and foremost in
Great
all of your
pragmatism.
thoughts and actions. It makes me worry about you.
If you disagree with me, you don't have to follow.
Come now. You know I can't disobey your orders. Or are you so lonely that you've resorted to teasing me?
No matter what you say, I can't abandon the slaves and the poor. I have to look after them.
Right. But I'm always the one who helps keep you out of trouble.
What's the matter? Think you're up to the task?
Oh.
You need to be far more subtle if you want to use reverse psychology on me. Let's go, my Sanctus.
The Argus Plaza. Tertius Boulevard. Oh look, very cool.
Wow. So this is Argus Plaza.
I mean, their level design is fucking great. And I can see the mountain behind. What a beautiful city. God damn it. Argus Plaza. Look at the mountain. Very cool. I wanna print screen of this. Let me save this. Okay. Okay, knock on every door. Wow, okay, it's already hard. Let me talk. Can you talk to them? Is he going to hit me? Yes, he will. Why? I don't understand. Can cross. There's this path. Before I take any paths, let me explore this, like, this plaza. Some light here. How is it going? No, it's too deep to get. Just give it up. It's already a miracle from the gods of stars that you didn't get caught all these times you snuck out during martial law. I was so close, I almost got it. I saw it stuck in a water pipe in the fountain. If only we can get the fountain power. You know, the fountain power is from all the statues were taken by the army and turned into stardust. It's hard to find that kind of stare right now. But it's a token of my first love. I can't just give it up. Leave the past where it is. Survival is the most important thing for us now. What? No, there must be a way. Let's go back and have a glass of stardust wine first. You're losing control again. Ouch. I mean, there's no way I have to fall. No, wait. There's... here? Can I go here? Okay. No, I couldn't, and I took a lot of damage. Okay. So that's not the ground. Stay right to a cluster. The door won't open. These soldiers going to probably shoot me.
It's well guarded. I hope Minerva can sneak in.
Oh shit! Oh! Ouch. Okay, yeah, it got stuck. That's not the greatest development. It's interesting that I can parry projectiles. It still hit me. Really? Since they won't talk to me, just go across and kill them all. Whatever. Man, this game is beautiful, really. Gets stalking behind the door. Door's locked and no one's answering. Maybe I can come here later. Gossip. I heard that Minerva is going to challenge Marble publicly. We should keep tabs on it. So many people went to the party at Laurel Mansion. After all, she hasn't officially appeared in public for centuries. Yeah. Look at you. Completely indifferent to those important matters. That's exactly why you ended up like this. You have neither connections nor ambition, and you live on rations like a slave without dreams. Have you no shame? Give it a rest, woman. Just because I don't say anything doesn't mean I don't think anything. If you really care about my opinion, there it is. Getting involved in all this nonsense is pointless. Think about the turmoil the gold olive phantom started 1,000 years ago. It got involved in what happened. Then during martial law, every time someone initiated something, you joined in. What did you get out of it? You involved yourself in these things, and then Marble soldiers came making trouble for us. Do you know how difficult it is to get rid of them? Wake up, you're just being used by those politicians. Regardless of whether Marble or Minerva comes out on top, our lives will go on. Let's calculate whether our stardust is enough for our slaves, otherwise I'll have to sell the one who gives you massages and washes your hair every day. You're such a bully. Oh, by the three, why did I marry such a useless man? Keep crying. The only thing you're good at is at losing your temper. Alright, some domestic problems right there. Apparently I can't go there. I can go here. Oh, there's a... Can I open this door? No. This is a path that is out of my mind now. So not accessible. The gods of stars bless us. There's no news about our concerine yet, and Minerva's returned already? I know Polius. I know very well that he's not a man of ideals or sentimentality. Minerva just wants to plunder behind a slogan of justice, just like her father. As a result, everyone would rather support hypocritical merchants than cast aside our concerine. It's ridiculous. Oh. Lots of politics. That's a Colossus right there. And there's this path. This guy. He keeps sleeping. Like, okay, he awake. If it doesn't prompt the letter F for me to talk to them, it's probably just because they're hostile, and I'd rather just go on and just kill them. So that's the fountain they mentioned. It's like there's a pipe with something hidden in it. There's nothing that I can interact with here. Apparently not, no. Yeah, well, So there's that path. That I didn't go in the beginning, right? Oh. The response or sound from another side. There's the news. I mean, it's cool. It's scenario. That's all it is. Scenario. Anything from here? Oh, I took damage again? Where to now? I think I have to do something in another place. So that it gets activated and then I can progress here. Oh no, there's... Oh, okay, there's this. Two sounds. It's alive. Yeah, the moves when they're slower, it's kind of shitty to try to. Get more places to go. Doors to knock.
Marble is just so incompetent.
Bad Nubbo.
To think he let an outsider walk around Argus Plaza. Ephesians don't allow outsiders. I hope someone takes out the trash.
Alright. People are pissed with my presence already. Gossip. Those ungrateful opportunists shouldn't be allowed to call themselves Aristot. Lord Marble has shown great kindness in giving Minerva the chance to redeem her sins. Hey Team Choke, how are you doing? And those people are so mean to him, how ungrateful. If it weren't for Lord Marble, we'd have all become stardust for the cultists by now. Nothing here? What a beautiful
This
game
must
series.
be the garden behind the house. There must be some way in around here. Minerva said Narcus could help.
Okay, I have the first waypoint here. Oh, this creature, that creature! Let me not lose it. Come here. Where are you? I heard it. Oh, here you are.
For the king!
Alright. Dude, it's very beautiful. Seriously. Look at the mountain. It's good that things are loaded in the distance. And you can get great views. Let's see this echo.
Minerva, did you really agree to this? To stripping us of our revered statuses? How could you let human propose to
Acnes.
threaten the Direct? I don't understand.
I agreed to it purely for business reasons. A significant increase in starite supply and demand bodes well for our industrial prospects.
But aren't you concerned that the slaves can more easily incite unrest once they possess starite?
We will make only the most basic of public facilities available. They'll still be excluded from the special ones. And that would already be enough to boost our business. The commoners thought they could be richer, could be privileged. Yet, by then, we'll already possess more powerful starites, and we would have long become richer than even presses. Their worth will never surpass that of the Aristori.
I hadn't considered such a thing, but...
Agnes, your family's business will also prosper because of this. I simply can't see any drawbacks.
But starite is a symbol of glory, of nobility. This is our history. It carries significant meaning to the Aristoi.
Then we will create a new symbol of nobility. Is that so difficult?
Gods watch over us. I don't know. What you said is far beyond what I could imagine. But perhaps you're right. I just need some time. I need to think this over, my friend.
We trust you will come to reason. My dear Agnes, sooner or later, you and your family will understand.
Okay. Let me finish interacting with like the garden and all. Just remember it. Means touching grass. Touch grass. Cool. Alright, so there's nothing there. What is this? block us from going to the roof stage, clearly, right? I mean, I would do all kinds of climbing. They just let me. Ow! Don't fall, Jesus. Oh, my heart. That's a good sensation. Good sensation. But wait, there is a path, right? But it's, I don't know. Let me go here first. There's that guy. Poet. Judging by your pink skin, you must be outsider who's working with Minerva. I am a bard. I recite the poets of great poets. My goal is to help all listeners to pursue truth through the poets. This talent makes the Aristotle want to protect me, even now. What kind of truth? I don't know. You don't know? Humans cannot possess true wisdom. They must try to achieve wisdom through their actions. Truth is our lifelong pursuit, but we can only get so close to it. So no one knows what the truth is. Yes, but I think poets are the closest of all to the truth. They can draw inspiration from the gods. They can write what others can't even imagine, which is a treasure that can be obtained from experience. Oh, many wonderful poems from the beautiful classic period have been lost. If only I had the chance to read the classic works of the ancients. Alright. Yeah, maybe I can help you with that after I translate those texts. So it keeps on mounting the number of little chores that I have to do in the game, but that's cool. That's the core of an RPG. That you do little tasks for different people. Like small side quests. That's actually very cool. Are you here to sell slaves? Well, I'm just... Then go away, don't bother me. Alas, it's so hard to buy slaves nowadays. When will our lives start to improve? Okay. What a message. God damn it. Alright, so then that is the path. Wow, very, very cool. Oh. Oh. Can I go there? Before I go here, let me try. Yeah, I don't think I can. Or maybe I can? Ow, 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 don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I can. I'm probably going to die. But I'll try anyways. Let's go. Yeah, well, and then I died. Okay, I had to try. Maybe that was a secret passage to go to that NPC, or maybe I have to go around some other place. Who knows? You definitely can't climb anywhere to go there. There's even those guys there that I can't access them. So it shouldn't be through here, it should be through another place. Okay. Time that I die, I lose a lot of steroids, so now I only have 45. So I had much more than 45k before, which is great.
You must be Hilda. Forgive me, it's been ages since I've seen a normal human.
Pleased to meet you.
I'm Narcus of House Narwhal. It's my honor to guide you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
It's an article about his family. Marco, what's that? It's a legendary sea creature. My ancestors came from the coast. They used to be commoners. It was only after I was born that we became Aristor. When I was young, I heard that many myths about the sea. We used the narwhal to commemorate the origins and history of my ancestors. That sounds interesting. You're curious and positive. I like you. People like you become successful. You can call me Narcus. Ask about the situation of at Laurel Mansion. Who's here at the mansion now? Lord Mubbles arrived with several of his associates, and the Aristotle who support Mistress Minerva are here too. I received a message that the mistress would return to the mansion through the secret passage, so I came here to meet you. Now Marble's plan to intercept her is going to fail. Many Aristotles who support Minerva have come, but not everyone will welcome you. Be careful, especially with those old Aristotles. They're tough to persuade. You mean they don't like me? They don't like anyone who isn't an Aristotle. It took a long time for an outsider Aristotle like me to be accepted. Thanks for the heads up, but I'm not here to socialize with them. Haha, I hope it goes smoothly. Alright.
Anyway, I'm glad everything's going well. Just mind what you say when talking to the Aristoi.
Thank you, Narcus.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Yeah, that wouldn't work with me. Like, I will say whatever I will say. Okay. What is this? This is just like Zelda. Three quenching solution, great. Noble Wham. I want to ask the chef to develop some new flavors and stop serving the same old Stardust juice and Stardust wine. How about pepper and cinnamon with mint and almond? I think that would taste terrible. Not as terrible as the city under Mobile's governance. Can't wait to see the punishment from the gods. What? Our Aegis Plaza is the best maintained and most magnificent area in Avis. You're an outsider, you don't understand how painful it is for us to live under the curse. Since he's been in power, he's heavily curtailed our freedoms. While we're stuck in our homes, his army is free to abuse people. There used to be many public debates and elections, but now they're all gone. Anyone in open rebellion will disappear the next day. You find yourself wondering if your Stardust ration was made from your missing neighbor. That happens in many countries, doesn't it? If you make a mistake, you get punished. You really don't understand how precious it is, Barbarian. Barbarian. Yeah, I mean, that happened in the old Europe, right? Any people that were not, I don't know, I think it was the Germanic people, the people from Vercingetorix, right? The French guy. They were all barbarians for the Romans. So anybody that was not a Roman was a barbarian. I saw a map one day. I mean, one of my ex-girlfriends was a historian. She was great because I could watch some of her classes with her, asking permission from the teachings, of course. And there was a class that I regret now because I got lazy at the time, because I had just watched 2 months of uninterrupted classes of World 2. That's the name of the subject. Jesuit. There's no translation for it. It's like Christian priests that came from Europe, different places of Europe, to save the souls of the Indian people in South America. So they come from the word Jesus, Jesuit. So they are like missionaries, and they still exist. And one of them is a German guy. He's fucking German. And nobody could pronounce his name, Carl. It's like they would call him Cow. But I knew English, so it kind of is the same pronunciation for the German, so it's Carl. And this motherfucker, he had 2 PhDs. He spoke 6 languages. He was a celibate, and he was a Jesuit. And he was so good that he even remembered every single date. And he would tell us like little hacks to remember the dates. So I read all of his papers. No, I mean the necessary papers for the class. It was an amazing course. I basically did World 2 with my ex-girlfriend. And then she went to like medieval history class, and there was this map that showed the different barbarian peoples, and I was like, oh, that's a lot. I don't want to read it all again. I have my own tests. I have to work. I have to do all this shit. Uh, I mean, I still would play video games and play RPG at the same time. I was like, okay, I'm going to skip this one. But I remember that was that, right? Everyone that was not a Roman was a fucking barbarian. It's very interesting. Okay, these people, can we talk to them? I can only talk to one of them. Oh, outsider, you must be Minerva's guard. Won't you join us, girl? Oh, look, they are completely different. No, no, they are very equal. That's a woman, but she's very close to the other people here. And then there's the girl with the dress. And that's it. Very cool. Okay, won't you join us? We're discussing the basics of philosophy and the various knowledge that may be derived from it. If you're asking me to eat with you, my answer is no. What a surprise that someone would refuse food at a party. If food smells off, you'd better not eat it. It might make you sick. Off? That's funny. No one else can smell it. You should think of another excuse. Or perhaps you're hallucinating? I'm sorry, but outsiders have a sense of smell. Oh, then I feel sorry for you. Maybe we can stand a little further away and not bother us. So their food smells? This is bread. And their bread... Yeah, their bread is moldy. Look at it! You can see the mold in the bread. The fungus. Oh god. Fuck. It brings me bad memories of like accidentally eating bad bread. Jesus. Okay, this door. Oh, I can open the door. You need to open the door from the other side, of course, as always. Yes. So let's enter here. Very cool art. Yeah. So talk here and talk here, and then let's talk here. Welcome to the party. You must be the warrior who defeated your lady. I hope this news keeps you in a good mood. Oh, we really appreciate you, but it isn't enough. Noble C, it's the name. The curse still haunts us. That's why we need to enjoy ourselves here. I really don't understand why. The reason's simple. We're trying to maintain our sanity, and it makes us feel human. Minerva's found a way to lift the curse. You end your suffering. Really? Thanks to our pressure on Marble, things are finally progressing. Then I can enjoy this glass of wine even more. Okay. What about you guys? Can I talk to you? No. 5 little symbols? What the fuck? I can go there and I can go here. Let me go here first. Oh, look at this brush. Very cool. Even their props are very well designed. Look at this. It's like a vase to hold mirrors and brushes. The mirror is... Oh, this is actually a mirror. Really? It's reflecting shit? Oh my god. But it's reflecting across the wall. Okay, yeah, you wouldn't expect much. Mirrors are really hard to program, apparently. So there's 2 people here just chilling out. Let's toast to surviving another year. I've had enough. How long do we have to fool ourselves? The city's long been doomed. Pretend parties, pretend debates, pretend ceremonies, everything's fake. You've just given up. Why try to drag everyone down to your level? Do you think we still have hope? Being alive is hope in and on itself, even if it is packaged with falsehoods. Damn it, man. Can't you see we're in our death throes? Hey, have you forgotten why we're here? Right, Minerva's trying her utmost to end it. Trying? It is because she hasn't made much progress that I've forgotten why I'm here. How many people have claimed to have solved the curse over the last millennium? They all turned out to be liars. Or died on Hyland Summit controlled by human needs. May the gods take their souls. It's different this time, I promise. Minerva isn't a con artist, she's risked everything. This is what we want to hear, right? Thank you, outsider. Well, only the gods know. Better than the Archon of Legion, he'd never even dare to promise to solve the curse. Stop sulking, let's get back to talking about your house refurbishment. The Stardust wine here isn't bad. Stardust wine. Look at his position, isn't this uncomfortable? This looks uncomfortable. Her fucking... What? Her back is arched as fuck. Look. What the hell? You have a problem, lady. Can can talk to them. I think power is justice. I disagree. If the weak defeat the strong with the numerical advantage, doesn't mean that the weak are more powerful than the strong, but the strong won't lose to the great unwashed, so why can't the strong rule? Before the strong can rule, they must be wary of how they behave. Then the strong are not allowed to show aggression and desire. But isn't that instinctual? If they don't show their desires and ambitions, how can they rule others? Based on your premise, should the strong only consider their own needs? Then the soul will be strained and will never be able to reach the gods. My point is there should be higher laws. What are they talking about? I can't understand a word. Yeah, they're talking about like philosophy bullshit. Not even philosophy shits, just like philosophy bullshit. This woman is just like sad and lonely. Now. And there's this fog, this blue-hued fog everywhere. Double F. Damn soldiers, this is the only place. Ramsey reminded them an Irish story. By the gods, I want to return to the old days. It feels like a dream. Are you alright? No, how can I know of the miracles that only the gods know? Turning myself into stardust is the easy way out. The cultists aren't real, immunity isn't real, even Minerva. Hey, wanna guess better than stardust my cup is from steroid or some slave? What? I really hope it was from the breasts of a beautiful woman, so I can imagine it's her milk. What the fuck? You're drunk. Not yet, but I wish. Okay, what the hell? The milk of the breasts of a beautiful woman.
Lord Marble, I heard that the situation in the bazaar is deteriorating. Can we retake the amphitheater?
My lady, even if we could take the amphitheater back now, it is not defensible, nor is it of any strategic
Hey, how did you find the plaza being
importance.
running around the bazaar
Just
for
be
ages
patient.
looking for my way,
Our
law?
counteroffensive
I'll show
will
you.
succeed.
Are your soldiers really up to the task?
Yes, this is all making us doubt you.
Rest assured, everything is under control. You're free to offer your opinions, but please remember who allows you your liberties around here.
Archon, the outsider is coming.
Thanks. Okay, I'll show you. Just give me a second
Finally.
to see the cutscene.
Everyone, this is Hilda of the Northwind Legion. She's the outsider that defeated Eulalia. Let's welcome her. She's a hero and deserves our praise.
Thank you. But I'm no hero.
Many would agree. As an outsider,
You are in
not
Witcher
only
3
broke into
now,
the
with
city
the
without
impossible
permission,
breasts.
but also created
Look at
even
this,
more
god damn
chaos
it.
by killing Barad. And let's not forget that your kingdom's legion is working for Eumenides. You've caused great unrest among the citizenry and created new threats.
Well...
Archon, she killed Eulalia.
That doesn't make up for her mistake, does it?
Water.
Tell me, why should I tolerate outsiders causing chaos in my city?
I explained it quite clearly in the letter, Archon.
Mistress, it's been
Oh,
some
Trey,
time.
also entering.
You really came.
Yes, and I assume you're going to be busy preparing for the trials?
Yes, of course. For the glory of the Battle Maiden, I will keep
If you want to
my
go now,
promise.
it's in Laurel...
You did explain
something.
in the
Laurel
letter,
Mansion.
though I am having
You
trouble
teleport, you go
believing
to a
that the
place, there is a
adherents rely so
gate,
heavily.
and
This
you
young
click to
girl.
open the gates. I can show you,
I can
but
hear your
it's
disappointment.
that.
But in Aphis, a young girl can possess a millennium of experience. Actions always outweigh appearances. I believe you would agree.
Minerva, my dear sister, how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for
Sister.
your concern. I'm ready to begin the trials at any time.
Wait, sister.
Agnes.
Hold on just 1 minute.
I think I
Before
know
you
where you
take
mean.
the trials, can this little girl really protect you?
I have no doubt about my choice.
Oh, thank you.
You also
thank
had
you.
no
Welcome
doubt
to the
about
stream
your
as well.
husband.
Don't worry, Archon. We trust Minerva's judgment.
Okay. So go there. If you fail, I'm going to teleport to the shelter and show to you. But it's not hard. In the Because when you go to the war table of Minerva, there is the quest description. In the quest description, it says that there is a path behind the Laurel Mansion to the Argus Plaza, and you can see in the map as well. There's it's very clear in the map. You can physically see like it's drawn a little path. So I failed as well. I was like, what the fuck is this? I was looking for it, and then I teleported back to the same place, and I chose one of the paths that leads to this gate that was closed and I couldn't access it before, but now I could. Right, so now let me talk to everybody. Fed up? Do you want to leave? Narkis. Well, it's fine. I can tell from the look of your face that you won't get used to this place. Doesn't matter though. You don't need to. I want you to stay, but some people are very unwelcoming. The Archon has held his tone, I have to say. He's even kind of endearing, all things considered. You know where you stand with him. You need to more beware of the people who smile at you. Like what? I mean, I've by now I've encountered like 20 typos and 30 fucking grammatical problems. Like, oh, thanks for the info. Okay, so you if you don't find, tell me and I'm going to find it for you. Yes, I know.
If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Alright, now let's talk to the sister of Minerva, Agnes. Yeah, that's the most beautiful NPC. No. I think it's Abelon. But Agnes is really beautiful. And look at this breast. What the fuck is this? Like again, we are in Witcher 3 again with the impossible perfect breasts. What the fuck? As you can see, people are coming to support you. But as you mingle, you'll soon discover that everyone is very skeptical about this girl. I understand your concern, but she did kill Eulalia. Once the trials begin, you'll see her skills for yourself. Oh no, people are doubting her skills. Now, this is Minerva talking to Agnes. Let's just say we hope she can prove her loyalty to us. Why? Come on, her people are disrupting the pace of the city, and for immediate no less. You may be looking out for Apis, but what about her? You don't need to worry, she can complete the mission for me, that's enough. I don't agree, sister. If she doesn't care about the city, how can she complete the mission for you? And there's the singing. That's not bad. That's pretty cool. How can you guarantee that she doesn't have ulterior motives and won't hurt you like Eumenides? Oh, hold on, Hilda. You're here too. Why don't you take a break and make sure you're fully prepared? It's very cool. There's a woman freaking singing here. God damn it. Noble J. Paulius's amphitheater is quite distinctive. My family also built an amphitheater, but we come here when we want a change of scenery. The woman on stage is my wife. People from other families are waiting for their turns to perform for each other. My wife sings as well as Eulalia. You can see how everyone's just intoxicated. She's a good singer. So you can appreciate it? It seems you're an educated slave. I'm not a... whatever. It's funny, Marble doesn't appreciate this music and he forbids everyone from overly indulging in lewdness. Lewdness? You can't perform or sing in public. You have to perform at home, but where is the fun in that? Perhaps it's because he doesn't want to waste resources? You're fighting wars on multiple fronts. The Warracks, the Atheros, Eumenides. By the gods, for a mere slave you do understand the situation well. Thank you, I was taught by my master. I must reward you with something. Take this. Do your part. Your master will treat you well. Keep it in mind. I got some cracked pen? So that's a gift now, a cracked pen. An old pen. A pen used by the Ephesian Aristotle. It is now completely cracked due to the passage of time. Cracked pen. Okay, so yeah, okay, now this door is open. I can come from this door. Let me talk to more people. Dude, this game is so beautiful. God damn it. It's my duty by assuming me from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, Mr. Forgiveness, for misunderstanding you. I thought you misunderstood what my duty is. You refused my protection after all. Forget about all this for now, Archon. Can we talk about the Stardust allocation for Tortues Boulevard? Alright, so let's talk to the Archon. Archon? You outsiders have corrupted Apis for far too long. If it weren't for our traditions, I would have dealt with you by now. You're lucky just to be standing here.
Was there...
I hope we can stop immunities together. I think we have the same goal. I hope the Northwind Legion can live here, and I also hope we can stop immunities. I hope you can understand that I'm your ally. Ally, let me ask you. If Humanities forces the Northern Legion to turn against you, can you kill them? That it won't happen. Your first reaction is to deny the premise, which means you truly don't understand what you're facing. So we're not allies just yet. Okay, he has a point. It's her father. Ask for his opinion on Humanities. Arkham, I'd like to know what you think of Humanities. Are you questioning me? Mind your tone, outsider. I think he's a threat to Athos. Yes, that much is obvious. You should tell that your brother instead. You should tell that to your brothers instead, or leave. This guy is
I have
fucking
nothing to
pissed.
say to you, outsider.
And Minerva.
What should we do? Rest here, like they said. You can talk to other Aristoi as well. It's essential that we remain calm. We'll take our time.
Alright, I'll take a look around.
If you're tired, you can go to the study and wait for me there. I have important matters to discuss with you.
Alright. You have nothing to say to you, outsider. I have nothing to say to you, outsider. Killed a bunch of you back there that were attacking me. Are the guys like drinking water? Oh. Noble Wayne. I have to say, the atrium of Laurel Mansion is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Although the mansions of the other families also have their own unique features. Polius has exquisite taste. It's clear to see from the products and buildings he's designed. His daughter Minerva apparently inherited this talent. Did Minerva design her own house? I found it, thanks you so much. See, it wasn't that hard. But you know what? It's because I like to read lore, and I like to really pay attention to everything. But if I was just playing the game for the gameplay of the game, I would be fucking struggling. Because many times they say things, and there's not like a tooltip helping you like modern World of Warcraft has, for example. Like you have to go here in a phrase and then the pointer in the map and everything. No, here just have text and some conversation and some journal. And you have to really find out where you should go to. But it's cool. I think it goes a little back to where things were not as given as it is today. I think it's pretty cool. I'm struggling to find some places, and for example, some passages in Styx that I think today's stream as I came back there for the 10th time. I will find it eventually. I hope. But that's probably because of it. There's like no indication. Oh, you should go behind the statue of. No, it's just find it yourself. Have at it, and that's cool. Did Minerva design her own house? Oh no, are you kidding? She moved into Eumedes' house after she married him, but it burned down long ago. It was 1,000 years ago, and I wouldn't say they deserved it, but now I'm not so sure. I don't trust Eumedes and Cyrene because they're too close to the slaves, but Minerva, maybe she's more sensible. Oh, fireworks. I hope that Minerva can at least produce concrete results and ensure that our hard work pays off. Plus, Marble needs to step down soon. Okay, more lore. What about this door? Hey, are you Minerva's servant? I'm Minerva's guard, not a servant. I know, but you're still a servant. Ordinary stardust wine no longer lets me forget it all. I need something else. I've got it. Go to the kitchen and get me some apricot jam. It's tasteless, but it at least has some color. Are you sure you want to eat something from 1,000 years ago? You'll probably turn into stardust after you eat it. How rude. Do you think we've been sitting around waiting for death all these years? Of course we've continued to farm and make food. The jam was made by the slaves just a few days ago. So all you have to do is eat the food they make for you? No, we have to take care of the slaves. When steroid use was restricted, slaves became much more valuable. We treat them quite well. Don't be so critical, outsider. Go away, I'm not in the mood. What the fuck? And then we have this study.
I think I've spent enough time at the party.
continue to socialize. Okay, so when I enter here, I'll rest. Let me fully explore the party. Then I go to the study. That's the road guy. There's that place. What is this? There's another lounge. What's that?
Oh, such strong magic for something so small. It seems that the magical energy flowing in this room is coming from this incense bottle. Almost all the stardust in it's been wasted. I feel sorry for the people in Argus Bazaar.
See, I passed it through here to talk to this guy, but I didn't like correctly face this thing, so it didn't prompt me to check on it. That's one of the... It's not a problem of the game, not at all. That's one of the features of the game, that you really have to know what you're looking for, and you have to like point yourself to things so that you can try to interact with them. It's not like you can just scan the area and just walk around randomly and things will happen. I just sneeze. Sorry, I hate to sneeze. I'm going to go wash like 20 seconds. Yeah, sneezing is the worst. Alright, yes, I've been here. So I entered there and I leave here. It's time to go down. It's here, right? Okay, what's this? It's all very beautiful. Oh, it's the... Oh, another entrance. Two entrances that go down. The side quests are very hard to remember. Yeah, dude. And they are numerous as well. And I haven't completed all of them. I am not going to complete this game. I can see this clearly now. I am uploading my VODs to YouTube. And I'm going to organize one day to make some YouTube videos about how do you farm experience? How do you farm this? But I was really hoping to find some very secretive things, but I'm not. The game is hard. No. By the gods, I'm so excited. I've written a play with a simple story. There aren't many roles. I've always wanted someone to perform it. It's a satire about Marble and his soldiers, but who will be able to be the one to challenge him? Someone who's powerful and well known. Hey, you there, what do you think? Minerva? Minerva, She left Marble's protection and said she'd find a way to save everyone. But I don't know how her plan is unfolding. I've been helping to promote it by making posters and writing plays. It's not enough to say the same thing over and over again. We need to make progress. Like the trials that Minerva is going to take on? Oh, you're my muse. That will make an excellent play. Guardian of Stars, what a catchy name. The one blessed by the gods, the pure Laurel, head of the Asterigos Warriors. I think multiple titles will make it more appealing. Well, you've basically written her as someone I don't even recognize. Okay. Can't knock on this door. Stranger groans from a man and the sound of weeping comes from the room. Oh wait, what's the sound? Someone coming? So what, lovely beast? Let them hear your pathetic voice. How is it? Are you enjoying it? How does it feel letting a stranger know you're being whipped? Feels good. That's why I don't put kids in my YouTube videos or Twitch. Look at this shit. My mistress, my goddess, leave marks on me to symbolize my shame. You don't need to remind me, you stupid fat peg. Now I'm going to use the Stardust to heal your wounds before I continue flogging you. Come on, let them hear your cries. Useless scum, pathetic piece of trash. Oh yes, that's it. By the winds, I think I'd best move along. Yep, you're 14 or 15 or something. Just really move along. Alright, some saddle here. So I think I explored the whole party. Pretty sure, by the way, so let me just wait and study.
I think I've spent enough.
Sorry to have kept you waiting, Hilda.
I almost fell asleep. By the way, your house is lovely. It must have been full of life before the curse.
Strictly speaking, this is my father's house. Eumenides and I lived elsewhere.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. I drank a few glasses of Stardust wine and spent some time speaking with other Aristoi.
How are things?
Marble's reputation has reached rock bottom. I have a good chance of persuading other Aristoi to support me. But they're also waiting to see how I perform. They all see themselves as being above a criminal like me.
You're different from them. Only when you dare to act can you make a difference.
Even if you're burdened with sin? Let's get down to business. I've kept my promise, and Marble's formally agreed to hold the Trials of Remission. The location is Prima Boulevard. We have to pass 4 consecutive rounds of fights arranged by the Legion.
Are you sure you're up to it?
I have faith in my magic, not to mention you'll be there. And from now until the trials begin, the Legion must protect me in the name of the 3. They're rigid and bound by convention. You won't have to worry about being ambushed.
Should we head out?
No, we'd better split up. I need you to do one thing before the trials. What do you want to ask?
Ask about the relationship Marble has with the Aristoi. Why does Marble have such a bad reputation? Even I noticed how awkward he and the Aristoi are around each other. He's protected these people too well for 1,000 years. The Aristoi gradually grew to resent him, feeling that they're imprisoned and have no freedom. Is that Marble's fault? Not entirely. He's become more cautious over the past few centuries. He doesn't want to lose any more soldiers. But they don't care. The Aristoi think that Marble is stubborn, cold, and difficult to talk to. Stubborn. It seems that the rift between them has grown because of this. Someone who merely wanted to keep them happy could never have achieved what Marble has. Don't get me wrong, I'm also fed up with his stubbornness. But if everything was normal in the city, he'd be a good Archon. What do you want to ask? Ask about the situation at the mansion. Can't believe this mansion has been preserved so well for 1,000 years. Aphis isn't only proficient at crafting steroid and creating art, we're also proud of our architecture. According to my father, this mansion was well over 200 years old before the curse, and it was the most luxurious Aristoi mansion in the city. Once it was seized, it was handed over to the court agent for safekeeping, so it's been maintained for the last 1,000 years. Isn't the Aphis Legion short-handed? I didn't think it would have the manpower to maintain a place like this. Trying to live life as it was before the curse is the best way to prevent us from losing our minds. But you're normal, I wouldn't expect you to understand that. Let's go about the matter at hand.
What do you want me to do?
I'll head to Prima Boulevard. I need you to go to the sewer.
The sewer?
Aphis has an advanced and complex sewer system for supporting the huge population. There are lots of maintenance entrances throughout the Aristoi Quarter. There's also a secret passage connected to the sewer in Laurel Mansion.
And why should I head to the sewer?
I haven't been through the secret passage in a long time. I want to make sure the route's safe. If there's an emergency at the plaza...
It'll be safer to retreat through there.
Yes, exactly.
Leave it to me. Where's the secret passage?
It's in the entrance hall. One moment. There. I've applied a seal to your memento so that you can see the magic symbol on the floor. Stand on the symbol and use it to cast a spell on the House Laurel crest on the wall. Then you can open the secret passage.
Got it.
Okay. So that's in the entrance, right? No. Roxane's training notes. Meteora. He has excelled at sports ever since his enrollment at the age of 7, has shown outstanding athletic ability since an early age. Now at 15 years of age, he is still performing remarkably in this field. He also excels at mathematics despite his lack of interest. Like many young men of his age, he is restless and curious towards the opposite sex. His qualities can still be honed further. Minerva. Her conversational skills and manners are close to perfect, which are rare qualities for a 12-year-old child. If I had to point out a problem, it would be that she frequently behaves oddly when meeting members of House Gold Olive. She seems to be more interested in steroid research and financial management than her music lessons, and is also passionate about her family's business. It is expected that she will be enrolled into the Mystic Academy to learn more about steroid magic. Meteora. When a male is close to 20 years of age, he becomes susceptible to certain urges. Therefore, arranging more sports and swordsmanship training for Meteor should help him to release his excess energy. I must try to remind him not to be intimate with female slaves that have troublesome personalities. I am not opposed to male masters deriving pleasure from female slaves, but they must be careful in their selections. After all, there is already enough chaos stemming from the family slaves. This is not even the game developers being lewd. This is basically Rome. Fucking Rome. Minerva, she had mastered the etiquette that is expected when attending social functions and hosting guests. However, she is still not entirely familiar in the area of religious etiquette. This will create problems for her when she converses with female aristoi. Religion is extremely important to female aristoi. One can reduce their participation in discussions about the gods of stars, but must never mix up the content and procedural details of rituals, let alone relate the history of the gods of stars to magical research. Doing so would cause others to think that one is deliberately flaunting one's knowledge. A good aristoi should know how to hide their blades. Roxanne's training notes. Meteora. Even though he has dabbled in the mind's affairs, he is not particularly interested in them. Regarding the matter of sending him to a military academy, I have raised my suggestion to Master Polios, and believe that this is the best arrangement for Master Meteora. I have nothing more to teach the young master. May he have a successful career in the future. Minerva. Mistress Minerva is to marry into House Gold Olive. Originally, Eumenides was responsible for the hiring of a steward, but due to various considerations, Minerva assigned me to go to her new mansion and assist her in expanding House Gold Olive. I am both honored and terrified of this important responsibility. Even though Minerva lags behind the young master when it comes to her aptitude in mathematics and management, in order to maintain some cat hair. Yeah, I mean, bunch of cats in the house. There's cat hair in the evening food. Even though Minerva lags behind the young master when it comes to her aptitude in mathematics and management, in order to maintain her family's business, she has been extremely hardworking. This is also the reason why Master Polius finally relented and gradually left his business in the hands of House Gold Olive. Cool. Sorry. Polius' diary. First day, 6th date, okay? Eumenides refused to see anyone, including me. I think that he will calm down in time. After all, his parents died not long ago after besieged by slaves and citizens alike. For a senator who was so devoted to championing the cause of the slaves to die at the hands of slaves, the cruelty of the situation is beyond words. Sorry. For a long time, I had warned Hephaestus that this naive kindness would only hurt himself. But now it also has hurt Eumenides. Nobody will be able to bear such pain, let alone a teen like Eumenides. I also worry about whether Eumenides will be able to bear the responsibility of managing the mine. After all, given Hephaestus' naivety, his son is probably similarly lacking in intelligence. I hope that this incident at least makes Eumenides realize the lowliness and hopelessness of the slaves, otherwise I do not know how this business can continue operating. I will send people to visit him in a few days. Hopefully the boy will reply to me as soon as possible. Date? On the day that Eumenides came of age, we officially began our business partnership. I know that he is disheartened by the loss of his parents, but I am more worried that he will give his family's business away on a silver platter. Seriously? Because when I pet the cats, the hair just floats. I decided to lend him a hand, and by doing so was also helping myself. I will never lack business as long as I can ensure that the mine keeps operating. Regardless of how Emeritus might try to destroy his own future, he is still a member of an ancient Aristoi family. Sorry. Therefore, there is still value in saving him. It would be a pity if he is left to fend for himself. Date. I have known Minerva's intentions for a long time. Even though she has not said them out loud, everybody can clearly tell that she harbors feelings of love and affection for Eumenides. As for Eumenides himself, although there is nothing wrong with the boy, he's simply not mature enough as of now. I worry that his feeble personality will cause trouble for House Laurel sooner or later. Based on his alone, he is not the most ideal candidate. However, after considering Minerva's persistence, the Aristoi blood that flows within Eumene's veins, and our close business ties, he is also not the worst option. In short, I might give them my blessings. This is not a purely selfish decision, but does also fulfill my mission as the head of House Laurel. May the glory of our ancient bloodline continue till the end of time. Date. Minerva is unable to affect the passing of the Resonator policy. This is utterly shameful, and I have never before been so disappointed in my own daughter. She was supposed to stop Eumenes, not allow Serene and him to make such a decision. This is a disgrace to all Aristoi and an affront to me personally. She will certainly regret her actions in the coming days, but what good will that do? What good would that bring us? It's too late to fix things. The collapse of Apis has begun. Now that we allow slaves to climb the social ladder unchecked, what comes next? Will we allow them to trample over our rights? How dare Eumenes do this? Did he do this because he has grown used to being tormented by the world and wants to be disrespected by others? I will never forgive his actions and will never forgive myself. I made a grave error of judgment. I should never have allowed Minerva to marry him. He has betrayed the trust of every single member of our family. Okay.
Mistress, why have you called for me at this hour?
I must leave, Bion. I can do nothing with Marvel's stranglehold on the Aristoi area. It will make me an outlaw, but I just can't ignore the future of the city. Before I go, I must tell you that Marvel may hold you to account for my departure. If you desire, I can introduce you to other members of the Aristoi.
Mistress, I serve only you and no other.
What?
I swore an oath, and so long as the contract remains in effect, I will guard your life until I die.
This is too much. You deserve a better future. One reflective of your honor as a soldier. I can't hold you back.
No, mistress. My decision is made. I support your ideas and arguments. Though saying so undermines my training, I feel the Archon made the wrong decision. I cannot accept it. Do what you must. My sword belongs to only you. I'm not going anywhere.
Ryan, I hereby order you to follow me as one of the adherents. From this moment on, you are no longer a member of the Legion. You will protect only me until your death.
In the name of the One, I swear to do anything to protect you.
Thank you very much, Bion. Take Roxanne and watch over her. We leave now.
Biography of Argus. Born in House Laurel, Argus displayed astonishing talent since infancy. At the moment of his birth, his grandfather Polonius saw a bright light emanating from his outstretched palm. Therefore, Polonius prophesied that this child would go on to have an impressive career. Argus displayed noble sentiments even in childhood, and he was courteous and respectful towards his brothers. In contrast to his brother's combative and competitive personalities, Argus was more broad-minded. He excelled at debating but never insulted others, and his unique sense of humor made him popular amongst friends and family. When Argus reached adulthood, many hoped that he would become an Archon, but Argus did not intend to pursue politics. Instead, he suddenly immersed himself in architectural design. Some people believed that Argus did so because he had fallen in love with the daughter of House Thorn, who operated a quarry business. After a year, Argus swiftly married the Arabella of House Thorn, and she subsequently bore him a son. The eye-catching aura around Argus did not fade just because he chose not to pursue politics. Rather, as his architectural career unfolded, Argus became the most famous designer in Athens due to his unique style and aesthetics. People competed to imitate his style, giving rise to the Argus trend. After the 5-year War of Martan, the need to rebuild houses indirectly led to an endless stream of customers for Argus' business. He ignored the cries of objection from certain senators and boldly redrew the streets, effectively solving the problem of cramped, narrow houses that were vulnerable to fires and plagued by poor sanitation. Nowhere is this more evident than on the famed Argus Plaza, which is named after him. Argus spent most of his life improving and rebuilding the streets. The fact that he died at his workbench at the young age of 38 illustrates his dedication to the city. After his death, his business was continued by his son, who devoted himself to ensuring that his father's aesthetic style would be passed down to future generations for all eternity. Literally all eternity. Literally. So let's talk to her.
What do you want to ask? There.
Okay,
I've applied a seal to your memento. Stand.
Okay, yeah, sure. Now it's the first floor. The entrance floor, right? Entrance floor. The entrance room. What am I talking? Is it though? Okay, what? Okay, now I must have confused something that I read. Wait a sec. Let's go for journal and Argus Plaza. It's in one of the streets, but one of the rooms, but I don't really know exactly which room. Now, I will have to talk to her again, I guess. Oh, it's here, right? Oh, it's glowing.
Wow, there is a secret passage here.
Of course. Clean and soften. A piece of steroid and a receipt are placed inside the box. The receipt reads, Clean and Soften was used as collateral when Timon borrowed 50 gold coins on behalf of Rao's Rock. In Soften, I don't understand how this little steroid can clean clothes. Okay. Okay, very cool statuette here. Dull military trinket.
The entrance to the sewer.
That's the entrance to the sewer. Ouch. No, I can't pass it. There's a passage here.
Which secret passage did Minerva use to go in and out of the mansion?
Zone new. Oh. Okay.
Hilda, what are you doing here?
Minerva asked me to check things out, but she didn't say you'd be here. I didn't see anyone in front of me the entire way. How'd you get here?
It's a little embarrassing, but I discovered some Aristoi leaving the mansion quietly without passing through the gate. Minerva told me about a secret passage to the sewer, so I came to take a look.
Guess there's more than one secret passage in Laurel Mansion.
I didn't know until today. Don't look at me like that. I get that you're skeptical. Fine. I'm here looking for Agnes.
What, like a date?
No way, I am terrified of her. I realized that she entered a room and never came out. It had a secret passage to the sewer. Why not leave by the door? I think she's acting very suspicious. I arrived here by following the secret passage. See the sewer entrance above? The secret passage leads there.
You're very nice, Narcus. But you're not very convincing.
By the three, all right. Let me prove my loyalty to Minerva. I promise I'm on your side. If I betray you, I'll let you take my life. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Tell me what you know about the sewer.
The Cloaca Cabala sewer leads to all areas of the plaza, but Ethris cultists have recently set up shop down there. They've even built altars. I'm sure they weren't there as little as 6 months ago.
Sounds like you're down here quite a bit. Nice place for a picnic?
No, I've been taking care of Laurel Mansion for Minerva for a century now. She asked me to organize information and manage access, but no more than that. I often go through the sewer to avoid the soldiers. It's convenient.
Any other important information I should know besides the cultists?
There's a sluice gate deep in the sewer. It controls how much water's stored. To open the access to other areas, you must open the valves to drain the water.
That is important information. Do you think any of the Aristoi who disappeared from the mansion came through the sewer?
That's what I'm worried about. There have been whispers of Aristoi joining or secretly colluding with the cultists, but I don't have any evidence yet.
Why not report it to the Legion? Haven't they been fighting the cultists?
I tried to tell the Archon that there are Aristoi colluding with the cultists, and that they might have infiltrated the plaza. But he got angry with me. He told me to shut up and threatened to send me to Styx if I told anyone else. I think the cultists must have established a base here since infiltrating the sewer.
Maybe we should find the base and see which Aristoi are colluding with them.
Let's take a look around. Maybe we can find evidence of transactions or communication between the cultists and the Aristoi.
There's a complication. I only came here to make sure the sewer's clear. I have to participate in the trials with Mistress.
The trials of remission are the most important thing. But if we can expose the Aristoi who are colluding with the cultists before the trials, it will surely boost her reputation. The Archon will have to make more concessions to the Mistress.
All right, I'll see what I can find.
If you do find anything, bring it here to me. Try to stay safe.
Click here. So that's the Laurel Mansion and Cloaca Cabala. Laurel Mansion. I came from here, right? That's the entrance of the Laurel Mansion. It's huge. That's the Laurel Craft. The fabric place? I don't remember the name. Or here, I don't know. Okay, Cloaca Cabala. That's too big. Now let me go back because many things were left behind. Many things, no. A big area to explore. Right? ahead. Oh, so it was just one entrance. Okay. But then... Alright, so we have this door. And then we have here, without going through that shortcut. Just one long passage. No, I mean, yeah, this was the place where it was the... Okay, that's the secret passage. What about here? Okay, just come back to those crates, right? Yeah. It's like my mouth now, some cat hair. Alright, the sword. Have to reach Prima Boulevard from here. Because Frostwind inside some... no, no, Sergeant Mio probably. Yeah, you smell me. Because I'm here, yes. What? You see me? Message number 1. The House Laurel party is about to begin. We have made every arrangement to prevent these disasters. House Laurel and the Gold Olive Phantom have betrayed Aphis. They have even colluded with the evil outsiders in order to sow chaos in our territory and cause the deaths of innocent brothers and sisters. They must be harshly punished.
Evil outsiders? Does that mean my father and me?
There's this cave to the left. What is that? And there's the passage to the front. I can't open this. Oh, you need to open this from another side of the port. The passage to the left. Those minotaurs. You go ahead. here? So you can jump? What? So why is there a ladder there in the first place? What the fuck? Alright. Just block it. Period. Oh, look at that. Some fire barriers. Follow apple pie? Is this an apple pie nickname? Apple peel. Okay, thank you for the follow, brother. You're a herb. So yeah, this leather doesn't do me good. I think maybe... Oh, of course. We have to drain the water and then this ladder will be useful. Of course, that's... I shouldn't have come here. But whatever. Well, if you're stunned, you can't parry. Okay, I couldn't reach it. What's this? Before I go here, it seems to be a segue, a continuation or a side path. We first explore a little more of this. Another path. Oh, there's two. I don't think I have range. All for 3 charge bombs, which I don't even use. Whatever, I like to loot everything just for the sake of exploration. Like I've been there, which means that there is no bag there, because I took it. Okay. Yeah, I have to get out of here so that I don't get like knocked back to the water. What is this? Don't be a ghoul. Good. Computer stone. Oh! Holy shit, that's cool. Okay, there you go. And here shows that that's the path. So I'm going to save this for later and explore the rest. There might be the ghost. No, sounds like the Prior Labs. Is there anything here? Oh, there's another one there. I have to go back all the way to check the other areas. Message number 2. We are no longer favored by the gods of stars. Those that do not wish to convert their faith to the true God will be turned into stardust. Spread the true God's gospel to all. Only Aetherius can truly have mercy on the people and bring them salvation. Let all mankind know that Aetherius alone can love and protect his people with sincerity.
An interesting account.
Interesting that I missed it the first time that I came here. I just passed through it. Is there a dog going around? Alright. Okay, now these paths to the left here. What's this about? Put some fire. One of these creatures. Like them. Hey, how's the game? It's awesome. By the way, it's my first ever Souls game.
Yeah.
Dude, it's really hard to block this thing. It has so many attacks. Like, it's hard to get them right. See, it's so many things happening. Oh, let me at least predict one attack. I want to defeat it by at least parrying just one attack. Let's go. Okay, too fast. Oh, okay. It's really cool. Yeah, and he doesn't get like all firefighters. I achieved it. I killed it for. Have you played similar games like Genshin? No, never. I skipped Genshin and Zelda because I wasn't in the mood for that. Because I had just played like 150 hours of Witcher 3. I was like, okay, I'm good. I like this genre of games, but I'm good for now. So I basically skipped Genshin and didn't even play Zelda. The Breath of the Wild one. And also this is the first Souls-like game that I played, because it's a Souls-like game apparently. It's really interesting. I'm playing the medium, like the normal one, and it's quite challenging sometimes. Oh, I see, yeah. So I guess it depends on the mood, depends on how many other games similar have you played, right? I don't know. Also, I wanted to try something new. And this game looked great. It looks great. Still looks great. Oh, okay, where? Like the reaction times, discovering moves of mobs and bosses. It is really cool. And I went to check the price of Dark Souls. I can't buy right now. So I'm just going to postpone the idea. But I want to play one day, yeah. Like it's in my plans. But there's so many games. It's Dark Souls 1, 2, 3. Then there's one that I forgot the name, and then Elden Ring, right? Of the Dark Souls area. And then there's that Japanese game, Japanese name game. I forgot the name now. Sekiro, right? Old Love Letter. From Antia to Lycos. Receiving your letter was the happiest moment that I have experienced during these past few days. The Aristar life seems more relatable when you write about it, and daily routines become more interesting because of you. Your emotions are so rich that perhaps you should consider taking up writing. Many writers visit the amphitheater daily. If you are interested, I could ask them for some tips on your behalf. On a different note, I'm sorry to hear about the argument between you and your sister. Not getting your family members' approval must have been difficult for you. I hope that when you next meet, I will have finished practicing the song that you gave to me, so that I can at least comfort you by singing it to you. Do not worry, for I believe that your sister is not a bad person. She is similar to our choir's conductor. She is only strict toward us because she wants to ensure that our every performance is perfect. You can do it, Lycos. Yeah. Now this.
Ethris's doctrine is written on it. Looks like a religion that convinces people to do good deeds to achieve salvation. This is really sad if you think about the behavior and outcomes of most fanatics.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's it. Cool. I think this is all. Is it? Yeah, I think this is all for the left side. Ah. Oh, okay, didn't see all these. Haven't been here. Really. There's a bridge. Over. Oh, can we open from the other side? Cool. So now I go through the bridges to get there. Here you can climb as well. But after the water has receded. Oops. Did I come here? I haven't been here. Totally different place. And since I saw the pointer like drawn in blue in the other room, it's probably that probably is the main quest place. Oh, also welcome to the stream, Apple Pie. Apple Pie, I don't know, pill. I hope that you enjoy whatever time you spend here. Loose Kavala. What is this loose? Oh shit, there's more path here. So this is also a correct path. I try to map everything and not miss anything, so let me go here first. Yep, I'm good this stream. Okay, before I really explore here, let me go back, because there is definitely another place with a door to open. But it wasn't here. It's a little further ahead. Was it? He wasn't? Okay, there's this. Yeah, that's the one that I saw. This little fish here.
The door to the elevator's locked. Would the cultists have taken the key?
Okay, so it is the other one. Right, so I arrive here, there's this path and then that path. Let me go first here, then I go to the other side. That's two.
Okay. Slimes are dealt with. Should work now. In theory.
A strong claw. Okay, the two passengers, they lead to the same place.
Harold, thanks to you and the Northwind Legion, our plan went off flawless.
Our?
Of course it's our plan. We're in alignment, don't we not? So my only partner.
But I know nothing about your plan, Mendes. You asked my men to set up conduction rings everywhere, but you never explained their function.
Didn't I? Surely I did. Well, the conduction rings are essential for removing the threat of stars. On the upcoming Trinity Night, these stars will save everyone.
I may not be as knowledgeable as you when it comes to magic, but I can see their true function. The star rites used in them seem different from those that can purify curses.
Oh, so you do know the true function of a conduction ring.
That's what I wanted to confirm.
A little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Harold, to me, your magic skills are inferior even to those of the children, eh? The structure and function of the star are much more complicated than you think. Don't jump to conclusions. Just trust me. My desire to save all of this is greater even than yours. I shoulder far more responsibility than you.
Shoulder responsibilities. That's some new term. You never stop learning.
We have to figure out the reason why he's using the conduction rings to gather so much energy.
That seems suspicious, right?
I'll deal with it. Just focus on doing your job.
Yes, sir.
Shouldering responsibilities. New English every day. Okay, so now there's... Okay, now let me get there and see what else is here to explore. Oh, of course. Great. Into the portal. Oh, new creatures.
Right, the water's been discharged. Now to explore the sewer depths.
Wait, can I press it again? Because they might just have fucked up. I can't. So if there's anything to explore which needed water, it's over. Oh, come on, I blocked that one. Tell me that I didn't. What? They're running. It's pleasant. Let's take damage. What do I have here?
As you can see, Minerva and the outsider may hinder us. We've received our orders. Take this
That's
letter.
Acnes.
We've discussed it and come to this decision.
Lady Frostring, this is...
What is it? Are you not up for the task? Or are you satisfied with the state of the city under Marble's repressive reign?
I wouldn't have stood with you if I had no complaints. I'll do it. For the Ethris, and for the people. What about Minerva? Do I need to do anything?
No. Just let things run their course. Marble will deal with it.
Okay, I really need to piss. I'll be back in a second. Let me just organize here. I'll put an ad too. Yeah, I follow the international Dota 2. You should follow something as well. Just let me just put some ad here because it's like I take 1 minute 30 seconds to go to the bathroom, and it's I barely use ads. It's good to remove the preload from time to time. Okay, almost correctly back to it. Almost perfectly 1 minute 30 seconds. Let's go. So, I will not open this now. I want to explore a little bit more because it's probably will activate a cutscene because I discovered that Agnes is planning behind the back of her sister. But I really want to explore a little bit more before I do that. Still got hit. Message number 3. What a pity. Marble showed no regrets at the party, and he looked down upon and ignored the people's suffering. The more he oppresses us, the more we must stand up and fight back. The Archon's tyranny is starting to become intolerable to more families. Look at adorable Secundus, the youngest son of House Oak. His whereabouts remain unknown since he left home, but no soldiers are waiting to assist in this matter. Look at Hilaria of House Eagle. She was soundly beaten by the Legion for helping her servants fight for one more Stardust ration each. Hilaria's servants even lost their lives in order to save her. What? If we do not stand together and resist Marble, such tragedies will happen over and over again. The Aethrus have faith in the ability to act. Those who follow the true God can not only break free of their reliance on Stardust, but will also gain the ability to protect those that they hold dear. Come, let more people be a part of this large family. Frostwing.
This Frostwing seems very familiar with the Aristoi situation in Aphis.
Frostwing is Agnes,
Narcus
clearly.
needs to see these documents.
Don't need the ghoul. Okay. Calcul Ear stones. What is this? Alright. There comes one of those. Go 54. As long as you play well, you don't need to be tanking hits. What's that? So we should sort just do this thing. Okay, 2 more and I gain APR. Come. To shoot you in the face. Okay. He's dead now. Okay, he missed it. Ouch. I'm not hitting it.
What? The cultists had the key? That's just great.
Cavalry elevator room key. Really? I could. What? I'm pressing. What the fuck? I might have missed, but I'm pretty sure I pressed the parry button. The right dissolving agents. And then here I can open the door from the other side, right? Right. But let me go back here there. Because I might be able to open that door. Or not, if it is only if one of the doors is open from the other side. but I have to try. I don't wanna not map correctly because I just forgot something. Which can really easily happen. This game is huge. And there, whoa, wait. There's loot. If there's loot, there's a way to access that. Whoa, like, do I have to drop exactly? That's, I mean, I will die from that fall. Yeah, I don't think it works. There's probably another way. Right? Interesting that I didn't need to move here. It's just the I don't know, the escapism, the immersion. All right. No, I came from here. No, I came from here. No, I came from here. It's the other side. What's the matter? See that? Right, okay, it tells me that it's here. Cool, cool. And here, there's the door that I could open. That door. I just needed to check this. I just needed to check this. Simple, very simple. I don't remember where I have to go now. Oh yeah, okay, I can do this now. Cool. Where's the big crab? Oh. Okay, let's test the elements. Which one is better against? Okay, no. Oh, can I block it with this? Okay, which element is better? You have 120. Okay, it's a little too fast. Okay, definitely not fire. Is it cold? Yeah, there's two. Okay, cold it is. We need to check the other one. Oh, come on, this is too fast. I forgot about this one. This is so cool. There's 3 of them. Yeah, and then there it goes out of range. Yeah, you learn eventually, right? Oh, come on. Or not. Ouch, projectile. What kind of bugs with damage reduction thing. Oh, come on, I dropped it. I guess I thought so. I had played the parry button. I was going to parry. Let me check the whole area. What is this? What the fuck is this? Okay, I can climb here, sure. There's another one there. Missed it hard. I missed it hard again. I don't use those. I don't complain. It's steroid today. So I can climb there, back to the places. Yeah, but there's a chest. Oh shit. Strange key. Alright, strange key. Let's go to this passage here. They still hit me a lot. What the fuck? Oh, this is probably the ghoul. No, not the ghoul. Cool. At least the ghoul is not like very prevalent now. Okay, 2 quenching solutions. Maybe I need them anyways. So where to now? No, I really have no idea where to go. I'll just explore and eventually I'll find it. I found a strange key and I found an elevator key. Oh, is this... Well, I don't know about that. No. Not here. No, we're not. Hey, there's something here. Okay, thank you. You can pick it up by the fence, which is great. Like, more games should implement this. Alright, I have to find my way now to an elevator. I completely forgot about where it is. I think I had to talk to the boy, right? To the guy, I mean. Dude, I'm so lost. Here again? I'm missing something. Let me teleport to the guy. I don't know how to get to him, but I know how to teleport to him. Big water. What? Wasn't it supposed to be like very close to it? Laura Mansion, yeah. He was here. So it's not here.
Narcus isn't here. Hasn't he come back yet? He better not have set me up. I'll search again.
Have I been here? Oh, hello. Yeah, not much. I mean, it's a secret room. Cache, secret cache. But there's nothing else. Apart from that. The map breaks back there. What about here? Yeah, no. So I have a strange key and an elevator key. I have to find a door to which the strange key will fit, and an elevator that I'm pretty sure I haven't found yet. What? The fuck? there's a floating thing. I totally lost the place of the floating. Oh no, it was probably the pointer. I must have confused. No! You shoot this, it drops and then you grab it. I didn't see this one here either. Is there a new entrance? I didn't see this entrance at all. That's what I missed probably. Yeah. Yes it is. Okay, that's a big one. There we go. Can't go here, but I can go there. Oh, hello you. I can climb here as well. So, I can go there and I can climb here. Let me first climb here and see what's going on here. No, I think that is more secret. That should be the side place to visit. Then I'll climb there. That seems to be the correct way to advance the quest line. Cool. Okay, now this is big. Now this has to be the goo. Oh, I knew it! It is a fucking goo. Okay, it's a lot of damage. Ah, and then here is that descent that I mentioned the other time. Can I? Oh, I think I can. Alrighty. Ah, not that hard. Black iron ingots. Not the greatest loot, but some loot nevertheless. And here it is.
Hilda, great. You came just in time.
Hey, what are you doing here?
I discovered that the cultists' assembly area is right behind that door, and the security here is lax. But the door's locked. We have to find the key.
I have the key.
Got it. I searched the sewer and found these documents. I think they're relevant to the collusion between the cultists and the Aristoi.
Frostwing? They know so much about the Aristoi. I didn't expect we'd been infiltrated so thoroughly.
So these documents can be used as evidence that someone has colluded with the cultists.
This guy's betraying us.
I'm not so sure. If we hand them over now, they'd be able to destroy any other evidence. Plus, they don't directly say that anyone's infiltrated the sewer. I'm afraid these won't convince people.
What are you planning to do?
If we can get into their assembly area, I'm sure we can get better evidence. You're a good fighter, so you should go and search around. I've noticed some boxes that the cultists are particularly protective of. Maybe we can find the key there.
I have the key.
Is it this one?
Matches the keyhole, so it must be.
Narcus, why are you insisting on getting into their assembly area right now?
Are you doubting me?
No.
Oh, it feels so awful to be doubted by the heroine I admire so much. Ask me anything. I'll answer as best I can.
This guy's betraying us.
If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
How much do you know about Agnes? Seem to particularly care about Agnes. She's the second daughter of the current head of the house, Snow Fox. Although she's the second daughter, she can hide her intelligence and talent. She's been trained well since she was a child and was able to negotiate with House Laura on her own when she was young. What happened after that? It was because of Eumenides' policies. They disagreed with one another and fought more often. I think Minerva probably made a lot of enemies back then. I think I double clicked and lost a piece of text. Fuck. So let me finish and then let me come back. What happened after that? More often? Asterigos is why they no longer speak. I think Minerva probably made a lot of enemies back then. But she seemed very polite to the party. Yes, she has outstanding social skills. Her true thoughts are incredibly difficult to read. But I know she's done a lot behind the scenes to attack Minerva. So the friendlier she looks, the more cautious you should be. I've been keeping tabs on her for many years. I actually think she's the chief instigator behind the conclusion with the cultists. Ask about Minerva and the Eumenides. Have I asked how you ended up working with Minerva? By the way, I have to remember that there is a path behind in the Minotaur room that I have to go up climbing. Before I forget. Have I asked how you ended up working with Minerva? I didn't persuade her, I just found the perfect moment to propose teaming up, which is what I'm good at. Before the outbreak of Asterigos, I was keeping tabs on the couple with Arco Serene. Regardless of the gossip about what went on between them, Eumenides was committed to benefiting the citizenry and slaves. I appreciated that. You like to ride the fence. I don't deny it, but I believe in justice. I regret that Eumenides failed, but fortunately Mistress Minerva has picked up where he left off. This time I can finally do something for them, so that Apis can be resurrected and return to its golden age. Sorry. Ask about his motivations. Why do you care so much about the Aethers and investigating them so thoroughly? I think it has to do with my ideas and beliefs. The Aethers say they're trying to redeem the people and have promised everyone a free and equal society, which sounds desirable. They looked even better after martial law was enacted. On the surface, the Aethers worship a sage named Aethros, but in fact is a cult of personality centered around the Archbishop. It is a fanatical obsession. I believe you've seen it around Eulalia. Yes, I was shocked the first time I saw the cultists worshipping Eulalia. What it offers is definitely not freedom and equality, but a more unbreakable class system. The more fanatical and superstitious you are, the greater your responsibility in the cult. I want change, and I hope that Minerva can bring that change to Apis. But I won't sit by and watch the cult destroy everything I love.
That's all for now. I believe you.
Thank you. Anyway, I think this is a good opportunity to dig up more evidence. Open the door when you're ready. I'll follow you.
All right then. Let's take a look.
Who is this?
It's Agnes. And I have to go back to the other room. Fuck.
Good for nothing werewolves. How could they let people sneak in? I thought sublimation would make them smarter.
Agnes, it's you?
Narcus. And the outsider. You're quite a handful.
Centurion Lawrence. Where is your Aristoi dignity? That you, of all people, would turn to the Aethers?
We're getting what we need from each other. Can you guarantee that Minerva will give us a better life? Or are you stupid enough to believe that woman?
Even so, to take refuge with a cult.
The Aethers will no longer be a cult anymore, if we legitimize them. If you tried even once to look at the Aethers with an open mind, you'd know that your accusations are based on blind prejudice.
Then tell me why you and Aristoi haven't been sublimated while the others who joined the cult have turned to monsters. Admit it, you're just a brutal, self-serving cult.
I have important missions I must carry out before undergoing sublimation. You're cute, but so naive. Maybe I should keep you around as a pet werewolf. Don't you want to be with me, Narcus of House Narwhal?
I refuse!
Agnes, why have you gathered the cultists here?
Don't worry. I'll reveal the secret to you as you die! Too slow. Narcus! Let's go, Lawrence.
Shit, okay.
You first. I'll stay behind and make sure they're truly done for.
Fine. I'll leave it to you.
You!
This.
Okay, let me save the game here. Ouch. Can I leave? I can't leave. Let's go. I think it's fire. Lawrence's personal key. Hey, Lawrence. Good try, Lawrence. Wow. I never use these charge bombs, but how powerful it is. Okay, it's decently powerful, this. Oh, look at this statue. It blocked, but it jumped me. I parried. But it's kind of. Back garden party notice. Party notice. Dear esteemed guests, we will be hosting another party at the amphitheater's back garden this quarter. Theme this time shall be the power of cooperation. We welcome all esteemed guests to join us in this great undertaking.
The back garden, the amphitheater. They belong to the cultist clan. I remember the backstage area of the amphitheater was closed last time.
Okay, it hit me. It damaged me as well.
Agnes escaped. I need to check on Narcus. Hope he's still alive.
Yeah, well, he was.
Are you alright?
Agnes was
Not even
brutal,
scorched.
but I only lost consciousness for a moment. Fortunately, I have a defensive starite.
That's great. So you're alright?
I just need some rest. Look around and see if there's any evidence we can use.
This is a map of the military's deployment for Argus Plaza. If the Ethris have this intelligence, it's only a matter of time before they breach the plaza. Good. This evidence is enough.
Yeah, okay, so since there's no path... Oh no, there's a path. It's one of those doors that are open from another side, but I'm going to check first what I missed. We'll talk to him first.
Ah, the deployment map together with the assembly notice to the Aristoi. These can certainly be used as evidence. Thank you, Hilda. We were right to come here.
The cultists have infiltrated the Aristoi so
Okay, now I
thoroughly.
believe him because he almost
Yes, and I'm afraid this is just the start.
It's going to be a difficult fight. What are you planning to do?
I have to meet Bion next. See this? They're going to have a party. I'll report it to
Sure.
Bion. Maybe we can go to the back garden at the amphitheater to get some information.
Just be careful.
Yes. I'll try my best not to get in Bion's way. You know, if you were willing to help us, you could also talk to Bion.
I will.
Right. But that means now I will definitely forget. So, by the way, what is... Oh no, yeah, there was some loot. Path here, path there. Fuck me. Oh god. Alright. Oh, okay. Okay, so it was one of the places that you could go down by. But it's not even new. Good to know, good to know. Wow, the place is really complex, dude. Yeah, close to the things. Okay, so what else from here? Okay, this was that door that I couldn't open. Alright, because we were seeing them talk. Okay, I'm kind of tired. I've been starting the streams late these days. I have to fix my times, but at the same time I'm working on some YouTube videos as well, so it's all work. I'm gonna go to the shelter. I'm gonna try to upgrade my shit. Tell to everybody that I need to talk, and then I'm going to wrap it up. It's close to midnight in Brazil anyways. I'm gonna be watching some Dota 2 internationals until I go to sleep. As I have dinner, by the way. I saw some shit here.
Friend, did you find anything while you were exploring the deeps? I hear the place is incredibly rich in starite varieties. Tranquilite is particularly valuable.
What? I can't just casually pick up ore. It's more trouble than it's worth.
I look forward to your next visit, friend.
I heard that the voice in the deeps belongs to an ancient giant. That's the craziest monster I've ever heard of.
I don't think you can call him a monster.
What? He's not a monster. Then what is he?
A kind of god, perhaps.
Ah, no way. Sweetie, if the three were around, they'd no doubt have defeated this giant straight away. Hey, sweetie, what's up?
Hey, look! I found a new blueprint.
Awesome, cutie! It's very detailed. Now I can make more trinkets for you.
So the spear is at least at max level. I need disintegrated star core for the staff. I was upgrading the hammer just because, but I want to see these enhancements if I can. I need thunder beast fur, crystallized black ice, scorching blood, or refined stardust, which I have none of them. What about the trinkets? Do we have like a new one? I have to look better. It's just because there's so many trinkets that I don't keep track of them. Many trinkets. No, these are the Templar, I remember now. Aphis Legion. Fire. Coat, I think it's the coats, right? 5, 12, 18, 25, 27, minus 2, 25. It's 25 protection, and I have the materials to craft it. But I mean, the others that I have are pretty good as well, so it's probably these coats, the 4 coats here. Lots of fire, you see. So let me check. So I have this that provides 24. 27, 29, and increase the amount of experience received, which is awesome. So yeah, I'll just keep those. I'm fine.
What do you need? Mind your manners.
What do you want to know? Lawrence. So, this is how his life ended. He was a mysterious, quiet man. He'd often stare up at the sky and say something out of nowhere. Was he a good man? I think so. It's just that maybe his definition of good was slightly different from others. I'm not surprised he joined the cultists.
But he was also Marble's valued deputy. Would he have been so easily swayed by the cultists?
A man like Marble would never attempt to understand Lawrence's true feelings. He was unsophisticated and kept questioning everything. I'm not surprised he ended up making some unethical decisions. Lawrence was living in his own world. I'd never have someone like that by my side. The glory of the three.
Oh, yeah, Minerva's not here. But can I access the work table? No. Apparently not. Well, that's it then. I'm going to stop the stream. And I have to go. I want to have dinner, watch some games, and then go to sleep. Tomorrow I'll come back to more of these Asterigos. There's just this zone and I think one more zone until the end of the game, but this has been a great journey, great adventure. This is a great game, beautiful as fuck. The mechanics are very smooth, and I might play again in challenging later, but it's very, very cool to learn the lore and everything. So I see you tomorrow. Bye. Drink water, smile, and be awesome.